Hey darlings, welcome back to Chronicles of Wonder. We're doing more stencils on the gel plate because I'm going to admit this week, wait, it's only Tuesday as I film this, last week, whatever, I had to deal with phoning the government and all sorts of, you know what that's like, dealing with the government, I'm sure. Anyway, it put me in a real grrr situation, you know, a lot of anger and frustration. So I came in here, played on the gel plate to release those emotions, and now I'm going to do it again, and you can watch. Because it's going to piggyback. This piggybacks on my previous two vids. The first one, layers and textures on the jelly gel, and then the follow-up one with stencils. So I want to thank you guys so much for all the love you gave those videos because it was brilliant and amazing and made me feel so blushy in awe. And I did get some comments mentioning that you'd like to see from start to finish. So start to finish, starting with the backgrounds, we're starting with stencils on the background to build up the layers. So instead of building up the layers and then using stencils at the very end, we're going to utilize them from the beginning. Now this is going to be, you got to get your do not care pants on because that's what this was. I just like let loose with, let all the emotions out, the wild, and just layered and layered and did not give a crap how it was going to turn out. So this is going to be especially awesome if for collage papers, you want to chop them up, or you know what, they could just be fabulous in their own right, just as a piece of art, how it turns out, right? We're not going to care how it turns out. We're just going to release emotions. So what you're going to need, your gel plate. I'm using the 8x10 again, black cardstock or watercolor paper. Cut to the size of your gel plate so that we can fill the whole thing up, rage on the whole thing. Black for a natural contrast. So your peekaboos are contrasting. You don't have to use super dark paint like black paint. This palette knife is just so I can scrape out the white paint because my last video is real farty sounding, the jar. Let's get into that, colors actually. So you're going to need some white for mixy mix. And I'm going to just use primaries. Because you can make any old color you want when you got the primary. So I got primary magenta, primary yellow, primary cyan. But I do have a little special guest, and that will be hot pink, fluorescent pink, for zhuzh, for jazzing it up, making it super sexy. You can never go wrong with fluorescents. Come on. Brings me back to my 80s childhood. You're also going to need a brayer, cornstarch, and if you know me, if you've been around for a little spell, you're going to know I love the cornstarch. And you're going to need stencils. So in my stencil video, I'll link all those. Don't you worry, darling. Those will all be linked in case you want to go back and check those out. In my stencil video, I talked about handmade stencils. So I do have some of those. I just chopped these little shapes out of paper, or out of cardstock rather, because it's more durable. So we got a whole bunch of these little shapes we can play with. And then also I have some plastic stencils. Let's move those guys. Let's just get straight into it. My last video, I did 3 prints at once, but this, for sake of time, let's just do one. We're going to do one. So, also get some scrap paper, for cleaning off your brayer and cleaning up any like excess paint going off there. I also have paper towels and baby wipes for more squeaky cleaning. Shall we get into this? Shall we rage on the gel plate? Let's rage. Okay, sugar britches, let's start with some blue, some cyan. I'm just going to dab it on and also mix it with some white. You want to add white to your colors because you're working on black paper. That will make it stand out more, like making a little pastel. Mixing right on the plate, directly on the plate. Mixing looks like the sky. And also, again, I don't care if it doesn't mix completely because that's going to add to some awesomeness. And you know what? This video's main theme is, who gives a crap anyway? Let's just get some emotions out, some feels out, and play and have fun and just let what happens happen. Gonna get a lot of junky junk in there because I mixed right on the plate, but we'll clean that off after. You don't need to say that. So, you know what? I'm gonna start with just a few, just a little start to, you know, kind of get the feel, the groove going, a feel for the plate. You don't have to press too hard. If this is your first time using a gel plate, that's just a little tip. Just a nice little massage. Pull it off. Crispy. I'm going to take a little more blue on this side. I don't care how it looks. I'm going to do what I want. Bloop. Roll that a bit so I can get a little splooch of blue in the middle. Splooch of blue. There we go. Okay, so that's our first layer. Now, because I'm only doing the one print at a time, I'm going to take some of that off. I don't care if I get it all off. Some blue in the back's kind of gorgeous. Some blue in the back will work because it'll come off with the next pull. And the paint can mix in with the other colors and create that harmonizing base color. What color should we do next? Let's do a pink. We're not going to do the hot pink, the fluorescent sweetness yet. We're going to build up our layers first, and then we're going to get involved with the super bright. What am I looking for? White. Bloop. Oh my gosh, that's too much. Let's take some of that out. It's picking up a little bit of whoa, stuttery. It's picking up a little bit of that blue, so we're getting some purple action happening. There we go. We got a nice little layer. Let's get a little shape going on. How about this? It looks like maybe a tulip top. And I'll lay down a leaf, if that's what that is. I mean, yeah, it's a leaf. And that's good. That's good. I keep forgetting I'm only doing just the one print this time, because I usually work in multiple prints or work on multiple prints at a time just to utilize all that paint. I don't want to waste, and it keeps the momentum going. Right, see what I mean? The stencil at the beginning brings that black paper through, and you are gonna love it. Plus, you get that sweet petite little ghost, and I'm going to put it on top of that blue. Because guess what? I don't care, we don't care today. It's just a little subtle. Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy up there. So you know what? Let me just put it. It's going to be dry by the time I manage to get a handle on things. Not going to rub too hard. I'm holding up the paper a little bit so I don't get too much of this purpley color all over. I don't know why, because I don't care. And we have another ghost. But I'm going to leave that little ghost because it'll come up in the next print somehow as a different kind of ghost. Maybe pick up a little purple there. Boop. I'm going to grab this scrappy scrap. Get some of this purple up. Try not to erase the ghost. Just get the main purple off. You dry a little while I mix up another color. Oh, you know what I should do? Is clean off that gunk I was telling you about. Look at it in there. It's just... Oh, a lot of it is actually dry. I have to thank you guys also for the sweet, sweet love you gave the previous two videos, because it has fired my buns up to play on the gel plate more. And I mentioned in one of the two videos that I've been in like a creative rut, a rut of just life rut, I think. And y'all fired me back up. You fired me up. So legends, all of you are legends. Now let's do yellow. My little primary yellow is getting low. I think I got this for free at an art store. They were like, you spend a certain amount, get a free pack of Liquitex paints. I don't know. I was like, easy to spend a certain amount in an art store. All you have to do is buy a paintbrush and you're over $100 for crying out loud. Okay. White. I'm going to use at the end of this, I keep referencing these last two videos, but I showed you a technique on glazing your print with one color to bring all the colors into harmony. And I'm going to do that at the end. And I'll show you a different way I glazed when I was raging on the plate earlier. Just a different way to glaze which was fun. So just like it's actually going to be kind of like a textural glaze. Let's use one of the plastic stencils that I have. The things, plants, etc. are really starting to bloom here in Ontario, and it's so exciting. Here we go. I look at my window now and I can see the tree. By next week, it's going to be just alive with greenery and bees. Oh my gosh, I've already seen, there we go, some yellow. I've already seen some big bumbles, you know, those big guys that just seem, they're so fluffy, the big bumblebees, and they just seem like too big for their own wings. There we go. Okay, we're getting some nice yellow in here. Pull this, and we might as well get some ghost. Let's get some ghost on top of the original. See what happens. Yep. Okay. We're getting some textures now, baby cakes. What are we going to do with that? I don't want to be like killing it with the yellow here. But whatever. Let's take it a little more solid. Because this is all going to be, you know what? Boom. Who cares? Get you out of the way, sweets. Okay, remove some of that yellow now. And we still have a little ghosty here. Should we get into the fluorescent? Let's do it. I find that when you're using fluorescents on the gel plate, you need more. They're very translucent. I'm not going to cover the whole plate this time. Just little spots. There we go. Let's get this flower in here. What have we got here? Let's go this part. What did I say with that hot pink? Anyone else getting early 90s Saved by the Bell action kind of vibes from this piece right here in the color scheme? It's gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to pull this guy up. Get your petals up. Pull this. Give you a little bit of pink edging. Oh my gosh. I mean, already, you know? Don't be shy to use the other side as well. It's kind of, I mean, especially with collage, if you're planning on chopping these up later or doing whatever, you have two options. It's like a double dip. Double dip your options. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. There we go. Well, it's a fish. We're doing the other side. Put you out of the way. Wait, let's have a look. Let's make up a little green. How about that? Start with the yellow. I think I want my green to be a little more yellowy. Because I am going to, I mentioned that glazing, and I'm going to glaze with the yellow, the jaune. I can't see what's coming. Well, let's see what becomes of this as we mix it up. Now we use another one of these stencils. I love this one. I love it. It has kind of Art Nouveau vibes to it. Take some green up here. I'm not planning it. I'm not thinking too much. I'm just going to release. Art is such a great therapy. Oh my gosh, when you're feeling scuzzy, heavy, just like you need to get something out, this is a good way to do it. There's a lot worse ways to let your anger out and your frustration out. This is looking pretty sweet. Let's take this off. And you know what? Nobody has to see these. So even if they turn out good, you don't have to show anyone. Just play and just let this be for you. Okay, we've got some green. And since we're doing the other side, here we go. Hey, this is looking kind of cool. Because there's not much white in there. This is like, I don't know, this has some tasty layers in it. Now I'm like, I don't want to wreck it. I don't want to go over it, but I can't be precious with it. That's not the idea. We're not going to be precious. Looking at this, I think I might put a little bit of white in here. We have light yellow, but let's sprinkle a little bit of white in there. Just on your own white. So I'm not going to put too much. I'm going to cover the plate, just little areas. Actually, if I go up there, it'll pull those colors off, which will be really nice. Actually, the white has gone a super light green, which is fine. It's still light. What was I going to do up there? Oh, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to be thinking. Just do it. Go with the flow. There we go. Ooh, I did get some little shards up here. A little in the corner, maybe. I'm not going to press. I'm going to be very light because I don't want to get it too thick. Okay. I don't want to cloud it up too much. Or do I? I'm not supposed to be thinking about it. There we go. Maybe a little in the middle. Okay. And the rest goes on the back. Look what you guys have brought out in me. We're going spontaneous, doing two-sided print. I love it. Okie doke. Now, we'll let this side sit and work on this side a little more. Concentrate. Wow, it's really different. This has like more mossy greens, kind of the muted, more of like a muted feel, where this is like badoom in your face with that hot pink. Okay, let's work on that side. We'll build up a little. It doesn't have any noticeable blue. While I roll this out, I better tell you guys about, if you're interested, if you are feeling inspired to do so, I write every week. I send out letters. They're just like pen pal style letters. There's no catch, I promise. I'm not selling anything. And they're just, I don't know, just kind of ways to spread a little love, joy, laughter, what have you. Yeah, every Thursday I send them out. My dispatches of levity, they're called. And I make a lot of playlists, and often I just include some free artwork you can print out. It's a nice little way to take some time for yourself during the week. Start your week with a little bit of reading, I guess. Anyway, I felt like that was not a very good pitch because now I'm thinking about my paint drying. So check them out. I'll link it below. Dispatches of Levity, if you want to check it out. You can always unsubscribe if you hate it. Yay! I got some blue now. Blue bubbles. What do they look like? I'm going to take it off and get the ghost as well in here. Some ghost. I mean, how awesome is it that it's called a ghost print? I have no idea where that came from, but who was the first person to coin it? I love you, whoever you are, because I like anything to do with ghosts. So there is some blue. Maybe, you know what we'll do? Since we got some blue here, take a ghost on the other side. Multitasking, double-siding. Building up our layers. All right, a lot of blue on there now. What should we do next? Yellow. No, pink. Let's get some pink. Should we get the fluorescent pink? First, let's get some of this blue off. Let's get into the fluorescent pink on here. Maybe it'll pick up some of this blue. Go into like a fluoro purple. Stop it. Look how absolutely magical that looks under. I really hope it picks up on the camera how divinely gorgeous this color is. Editing Amanda will zoom in because right here, the way this blue is coming through. Okay, we're drying, but oh God, I could live in that color. Let's take it. Maybe it will pull off and look just as wicked. No, it doesn't. I mean, it still looks wicked, but it looks wicked in its own right. It's good texture. Here we go. Let's get some more hot pink. But it definitely went kind of purpley, which is nice. Nice little surprise. This is what I love about gel plate printing. It's like full of surprises and mystery and unknown. I do love a good dose of unknown. Harkening back to loving ghosts, I guess. Should we put a little more hot pink on this side too? Sorry, it's hot purple now, isn't it? Yes. Let's pick some up in here where I lay down that white. Another sweet side effect of putting down a little white for more contrast is you can now print over that white and it won't be too muddy. Do we need more? Do we need more? Well, you know what? Let's just, there. Go wild. I think we're getting near the glazing point of this because already I feel like this video is going to, I didn't want to be too long on this video for you guys. But let's do, this needs some yellow. So we're going to work on some yellow on that. Oh, stay with me, primary yellow. Don't go emptying out now. Oh my gosh, yeah, look at this. We're getting some awesomeness happening. Let's go this way. Okay, our back print. I'm really liking this back print. With all these little shapes here, kind of gives me butterfly wing vibes. I'm quite liking that, actually. Might be liking this better than this. But you know what? They're so different. Two different looking pieces of art on the same page. Creativity, eh? It's the best. Should we get any other colors in here? Should we do green? Okay, you know what? I'll pop a little bit of white in there. Let's clean up some of this. Let's get a little bit of white in here. There we go. Now, should we put any patterns in there? Sure, why not? Oh, look at that. That worked out kind of well. Even though I did stop and think a couple times here, you can see how the idea is just go fast. Just kind of plow through. Try not to think too much. Just let your feelings dictate where you're going. Does the other side need any white? Well, we got white, so let's get a little more on there. Maybe up in this corner. And just let your eye play around, dance around, do its thing, enjoy itself. Let your eyes enjoy themselves. Okay, that's good on there. Now this one, it needs something. I don't know. Let's do some more hot pink on there because it's coming through a bit, but I need a little bit more zing. I'm not going to put any stencils. I'll just lay down some pink. Here we go. Plus, the pink might pull up previous bits on the plate. Anyway, images, bits, you know what I mean. Look at me. I can't resist. More. More. This feels really good. I love doing this with you guys. Okay, I think we've got some beauticious layers here. Now, let's do our glaze. Let's see what happens and get the cornstarch involved. I love you, cornstarch. Well, I love you on the gel plate. Straight yellow. Straight up yellow, which I'm sure will pick up that pink. And you also don't have to cover the whole page. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to. Let's take some off. But I don't want that hard edge. Whatever. We're going to go with whatever happens. This is thin, so it's going to dry fast. Cornstarch you. That was a lot of cornstarch. Okay, ready? We're going to do our initial print. Oh gosh, I hope that didn't dry. But if it did dry, in case it dried a bit too much because it was a thin layer, I'll let this sit a bit. What do you think? Should we pull it? Let's pull it. I was about to say, gosh, I hope it looks good, but I don't care how it looks. Okay, we've got our glaze. Let's get rid of the cornstarch. So that is another way you can glaze, is by throwing some cornstarch on. The cornstarch gives you little windows. Look at that. See? It's kind of pulling through here. Actually, over here is a really nice little section. We still have another side to do. I wasn't planning on that. Now we can just lay down our paint over the previously sprinkled cornstarch. This already has some cornstarch on it because I laid down from the other side. And voila. You can see some areas. I kind of went a little buck wild on this and printed over most of the black, but there are bits coming through, so it does look nice. You still get the contrast in there. It could use a little more in there maybe, but whatever. Whatever. That's nice. That brightened it up a bit. Oh my gosh, you know what? They look really psychedelic. The colors are all bright. Especially with this flower in there. Hello, it's the 60s. When I was a kid, my sister and I, we loved watching Nickelodeon. This was like the 80s, 90s. We loved to watch the Monkeys, but they also had Laugh-In. Anyway, this reminds me of like something Goldie Hawn would have worn on Laugh-In. A dress in these colors. Look how different these are. You got two pieces of art. See, this would work great as collage, but I mean, look, you could hang that. Pop a sweet little mat on here. You know what? I think I might have a mat. Let's see what it would look like framed. Hang on, let's take a pause. Okay, seriously, this is massive. Okay, I gotta move that. The mat that I found is huge-mongous. This mat is huge, but it'll give us an idea. Okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, totally. Wait, is that even showing up? Let me move it. You can't really tell, can you? You know what? I'll take the camera off the tripod and we'll do a little, at the end of the video, we'll pan over it and see how it looks. But yeah, that could totally be a work of art of itself. God, you guys have really fired me up to play on the gel plate more, and I can't thank you enough because I am having a blast. Okay, I'm going to take the camera off. Gonna pan over this for you, and I am so grateful and thankful for you guys all being here because this is so much fun to do, and I hope you come back for more. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that little belly bell if you want to be notified. All the stuff people say in YouTube videos, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Anyway, let's have a look at what these bad boys look in a matte. A black matte would be, right? But all I have is this white one on hand. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you so much. And can't wait to chat with you below in the comments. All right, baby. See you next time.